Sister Mary enters a superior's bedroom covertly at night and takes a ring of keys so she can leave the Roman Catholic convent through the barred gates. Four hooded figures grab her and knock her senseless. Later on, she is buried alive and awakens in a coffin. At an early age, Sister Cecilia became a Christian, believing that God had preserved her for a reason when she was declared dead for 7 minutes after almost drowning in a frozen lake. Father Sal Tedeschi extends an invitation to Maria to join an Italian monastery that cares for dying nuns in their final moments. Cecilia becomes a nun and dons a rosary as she swears to follow the evangelical teachings. She becomes friends with Sister Gwen and notices several strange things. Like an elderly nun who has cross-shaped scars on her feet. What they say is a holy nail relic from the cross that Jesus was crucified on is kept in the convent chapel. Despite being a virgin and having never had sex, Cecilia is astonished to find that she is pregnant. Many of the residents of the convent refer to the infant as a blessing and start treating her as the next Virgin Mary. Out of jealousy, Sister Isabel, another nun, tries to drown Cecilia by telling her that it should have been her. Cecilia's health deteriorates as she throws up one of her own teeth. Father Tedeschi refuses her request to be sent to a real hospital. Cecilia is strolling in the cloister when Isabel falls off the convent's roof and perishes. After openly criticizing the convent leaders for their silence, Father Tedeschi and Deacon Enzo drag Gwen away. Cecilia becomes aware that something is off at this convent when she discovers at night that a fellow nun has written 2 Corinthians 11 verse 14 on the wall beneath a picture of the Virgin Mary in her chamber. When Cecilia opens a drawer to examine her file, she is startled to see details about the childhood accident. She follows after hearing a lady cry, and to her horror, she sees a hooded figure severing Gwen's tongue. When an elderly nun shows up, Cecilia is silenced. The elder reprimands her when she begs to leave, telling her that no one ever leaves the convent. She uses a dead chicken to pretend to be pregnant in an attempt to get out of the convent, but her trick is discovered. Tedeschi and Enzo force her back when she makes an attempt to flee. Tedeschi reveals that before becoming a priest, he worked as a geneticist and impregnated nuns using DNA samples from the Holy Nail relic in an attempt to bring in a new Messiah. Tedeschi made many unsuccessful attempts before achieving success with Cecilia, frequently leading to deformed fetuses. Tedeschi imprints a cross, a mark shared by numerous other nuns. On Cecilia's foot, she uses a dead chicken to pretend to be pregnant in an attempt to get out of the convent, but her trick is discovered. Tedeschi and Enzo force her back when she makes an attempt to flee. Tedeschi reveals that before becoming a priest, he worked as a geneticist and impregnated nuns using DNA samples from the Holy Nail relic in an attempt to bring in a new Messiah. Tedeschi made many unsuccessful attempts before achieving success with Cecilia, frequently leading to deformed fetuses. Tedeschi imprints a cross, a mark shared by numerous other nuns, on Cecilia's foot. After putting out the fires, Tedeschi escapes the laboratory and relentlessly pursues Cecilia, driving her into the convent's underground catacombs. Cecilia discovers a hole in the cavern's walls and Gwen's disfigured corpse. She is about to get away when Tedeschi discovers her, and a struggle starts. While Tedeschi tries to sever Cecilia's stomach, she stabs him in the throat with the relic of the Holy Nail that she had earlier taken from the chapel. Cecilia gives delivery painfully and chews through the umbilical cord herself after leaving the tombs. She is obviously appalled by what she sees. The baby is gasping for air and making gurgling and growling noises. Cecilia staggers off to S.